Kevin Durant and his quest to bring the Brooklyn Nets a championship. Let's play full court, baby, your go-to channel for the most interesting basketball topics. On June 30th, 2022, the 12-time All-Star requested a trade, ushering off a summer of uncertainty for the Nets. A possible trade would have altered the league's perception of the 33-year-old, who is a former NBA MVP and widely considered one of the finest players in the world. Kevin Durant, the Brooklyn Nets All-Star forward, will likely remain with the team after requesting a trade from the Nets. Durant's decision to remain with the Nets signifies a turning point. Earlier this August in 2022, ESPN and The Athletic claimed that Durant urged Nets owner Joe Tsai to pick between him and Brooklyn's head coach Steve Nash during a meeting. Steve Nash and general manager Sean Marks, together with Joe Tsai and Clara met with Kevin Durant and Rich Kleiman in Los Angeles and decided to continue their collaboration. The soon-to-be divorcees are now focused on basketball with one united aim in mind: to construct an enduring franchise that will bring a championship to Brooklyn. It's a stunning fall for Durant and a huge shift from the usual when NBA superstars make demands, no matter how ridiculous they appear at the moment. The 33-year-old joined the Nets in a sign and trade deal with the Golden State Warriors before the 2019 season and concluded his third season with the team averaging 29.9 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 6.4 assists in 55 games. Possibly two of the most extreme examples of player power madness were close enough to the Nets that they eventually had enough. For themselves and in a power shift, perhaps now for the NBA as a whole, James Harden was the first to wish to leave Houston, then Brooklyn, and lastly Philadelphia. Second, but not least, was Ben Simmons' refusal to play for the Sixers and subsequent relocation to Brooklyn, where he has yet to play a single minute of basketball. Both players got their wish. When a superstar is upset, practically every other superstar joins him, including Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, and others. There is a precedent now for teams looking to reclaim their dominance, a choice made possible in large part by KD's careless manner. When utilized appropriately, power can be a formidable weapon, since if you don't know how to handle it, you might find yourself in the hands of someone else. Kevin Durant is a world-class player with 4 years left on his deal, and he has always been far less likely to run out of time than Simmons because, as everyone in the NBA will tell you, Durant loves the game of basketball. It's a passion, a praiseworthy and important aspect of his all-time excellence, and he's never been one to intentionally miss time from the game he loves. It was the first point to the Nets' advantage. It also helped that the Kyrie Irving fiasco ensured that the Nets would always prioritize resolving Durant's situation and, more significantly, demand a huge comeback to demolish a team with the high expectations that come with a Durant-Kyrie duo. This wasn't a team with a lone superstar and no clear road to a championship that Carmelo Anthony had to push his way out of with the Denver Nuggets a decade ago. On paper, the Nets were a contender, which meant Marks needed to get the right return to save his job. Early favorites to win the NBA championship. What do NBA fans have to look forward to now that the 2022 NBA Finals have ended and Golden State has been crowned champions once again? The Nets offer the best opportunity for New Yorkers to win the NBA title in 2023. Sorry Knicks fans, we want better for you as well. The Brooklyn Nets were the preseason favorites to win the NBA title in the 2021-2022 season. Kevin Durant is one of the league's most devastating offensive players. When he carried the Houston Rockets, James Harden demonstrated that he is invincible in one-on-one scenarios. To be fair, Kyrie Irving is an enigma, but his offensive talent level is undeniable when he's on the court. Not long ago, the Nets appeared to have all the ingredients, but failed to perfect the formula to win it all. With the scary trio of Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, they opened the 2021-2022 season as betting favorites. However, the season was marred by injuries and vaccine controversy, prompting Harden to opt out of his contract with the 76ers in the middle of the season. This drama resulted in a disappointing run which led to a dismal regular season record of 44 wins to 38 losses. They made the playoffs but were eliminated in the first round by the Boston Celtics. After being eliminated from the playoffs in 4 games, the Nets' offseason actions are being scrutinized. Durant's trade request complicates Brooklyn's offseason plans. What about the team's other superstars like Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Blake Griffin? Irving has a player option that allows him to join the free agency market. So far, he has stated that he has no intention of leaving. If Irving stays for the Nets, he is eligible for a 5-year, $247.7 million deal or a 4-year, $189.9 million extension. That's more than he can get with any other team in the league. The return of Kevin Durant is undoubtedly the biggest reason for the Nets' odds increase, but there are other reasons for fans and odds makers alike to be bullish on Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving should be available for the Nets on a much more consistent basis this season, after missing a huge portion of games last season due to New York's rules surrounding the COVID-19 vaccination. When he's on the court, Irving is still one of the league's most prolific scorers. With Harden gone, Brooklyn management appears intent on continuing to construct a squad around Durant and Irving. At this time, we anticipate Simmons staying on as well. Simmons is the ideal offensive complement to Durant and Irving, and he can compensate for their defensive shortcomings. Nobody knows for sure if he'll take up where he left off with the Philadelphia 76ers until he returns to the floor. The quest for glory and another NBA championship. The Nets obviously have talent. Health may be the team's biggest issue. That's what caused its early postseason exit. Still, Durant almost beat the eventual champion Bucks on his own during the 2020-21 NBA playoffs, and Brooklyn is deeper this year. In addition, after missing the entire season last year due to injuries and mental health difficulties, three-time All-Star Ben Simmons should be ready to go for the upcoming season, and he may be a highly effective player for Brooklyn. Similarly, Joe Harris is anticipated to be fully fit after missing 14 games last season due to an ankle issue that required surgery. The team also made a handful of strong offseason signings in TJ Warren and Royce O'Neal. TJ Warren missed all of the 2021-2022 season due to a stress fracture in his foot. Can Warren deliver the scoring on the wing that Brooklyn badly needed in the 2022 playoffs? Kevin Durant may have won 2 NBA titles, but his reputation as an all-time great is far from established. Well, to some extent it is. If he retired tomorrow, there's little question he'd be inducted into the Hall of Fame. However, many people think Durant hasn't won enough games on his own to be recognized among some of the other all-time greats. It was far too simple in Golden State. He wasn't Golden State's top player. Well, consider how LeBron James' legacy was not sealed until he won the title in Cleveland. His first 2 in Miami were satisfying, but the one in Cleveland was the icing on the cake. Then there's the one in Los Angeles. Durant is now in that position. The ones in Golden State cannot be disputed, but his legacy still feels incomplete. And winning one with the current Brooklyn Nets is exactly what may change that narrative. And this is the kind of championship run that will cement Durant's legacy at this juncture in his career. The next NBA season, KD has a huge chance. It will take a lot of work, but he has an opportunity to solidify his legacy as the team's captain. For all of his talent and accomplishments, this man appears to be the most tormented NBA player since Jerry West. His Warriors championships did not replace the need in him and were mostly clear, surgical, undeniable things, not at all like the chaotic, often star-crossed path his career took afterward. Last year, the NBA 2021-2022 season proved the absurdity of relying only on star power, with Brooklyn being swept in the first round and the Los Angeles Lakers missing the play-in round entirely. Brooklyn is one of the favorites to win the NBA championship next season, and Durant's choice should help them win it. The Brooklyn Nets winning the Larry O'Brien NBA championship trophy next summer will not be a surprise, but it is far from a certain thing. We hope you enjoyed the video topic today. Subscribe to our channel Full Court for more interesting basketball topics.